What happens to you if you don't do this?
Well, it's the end of the universe. It's the end of time and space continuum.
So you're facing
it's all over.
You're facing.
Because if you're a lover, you got to be a fighter.
How so?
Because if you don't fight for your love, what kind of love do you have? No.
At 60, Keanu Reeves finally admits what we all suspected. After a career filled with ups and downs, surviving Hollywood blacklisting, and enduring intense family troubles, Reeves reveals the shocking truth behind his mysterious life. Join us as we uncover the secrets of this beloved actor's journey, filled with more drama than any movie he's starred in. Let's begin. Section 1. Early life and family background. On September 2, 1964, in the lively city of Beirut, Lebanon, a star was born, though no one knew it at the time. Keanu Charles Reeves entered the world, the son of Patricia Taylor and Samuel Nolan Reeves Jr. But what shaped the man who would become Neo, John Wick, and countless other iconic characters? The story begins long before he first graced the silver screen. Patricia Taylor, Keanu's mother, was born in England and pursued a career as a showgirl, dazzling audiences with her performances. Her talent extended beyond the stage, as she also worked as a costume designer, and it was her artistic flair and free spirit that would later influence her son's approach to life and art. Samuel Nolan Reeves Jr., Keanu's father, came from a vastly different world. A geologist by profession, Samuel had roots that stretched across the Pacific. His father, Keanu's grandfather, was of Chinese-Hawaiian descent. This blend of Eastern and Western heritage would play a significant role in shaping Keanu's worldview and his ability to embody diverse characters on screen. From a young age, Reeves' life was characterized by constant movement and change. His early childhood saw the family relocating across various countries, including Lebanon, Australia, and the United States, before finally settling in Toronto, Canada, when Keanu was 6 years old. This nomadic lifestyle exposed him to a variety of cultures and environments, fostering a sense of adaptability and resilience that would later become evident in his acting career. Speaking of family, it's worth noting that Keanu wasn't an only child. He has a younger sister, Kim, born in 1966. The siblings would form a close bond over the years, supporting each other through the challenges that lay ahead. And challenges there were, particularly in the realm of family dynamics. The Reeves household was about to undergo a seismic shift that would profoundly impact young Keanu's life. When Keanu was just 3 years old, his father left the family. The departure of Samuel Nolan Reeves Jr. created a void in the household and marked the beginning of a complicated relationship between father and son. For Keanu, it seems to have instilled a sense of independence and self-reliance from an early age. In the wake of Samuel's departure, Patricia found herself navigating single parenthood while pursuing her career. Keanu would later speak of his mother with great admiration, crediting her for his work ethic and artistic sensibilities. But the story of Keanu's family doesn't end there. Patricia would go on to remarry multiple times, bringing a series of stepfathers into Keanu's life. As Keanu grew older, his relationship with his biological father remained distant and sporadic. The last time he saw his father was at the age of 13, during a trip to Hawaii. This brief meeting would be their final encounter. The absence of a consistent paternal figure in his life raises intriguing questions about Keanu's approach to male roles in his films. Could his nuanced portrayals of complex men be, in part, an exploration of the father figure he never truly knew? Despite the challenges in his family life, or perhaps because of them, Keanu developed a strong sense of self and a unique worldview. In Toronto, Keanu attended several schools, including the alternative Avondale Secondary Alternative School. It was here that the seeds of his future career were sown, nurtured by an educational philosophy that valued individuality and artistic expression. But Keanu's path to stardom was far from smooth. In school, he struggled with dyslexia, a learning disorder that made traditional academic pursuits challenging. For Keanu, it seems the challenge became a catalyst for developing extraordinary memorization skills and a unique approach to character interpretation. Outside of school, Keanu found solace and excitement in ice hockey. As a teenager, he excelled as a goalie, even earning the nickname The Wall for his defensive skills. From these diverse experiences, Keanu Reeves grew into an actor of remarkable versatility. He's not just a star on the screen, but he's also known for his genuine kindness and humility in real life. Keanu isn't afraid to delve into the deepest human emotions in his roles, bringing a unique depth to each character he plays. And this unique acting talent has a lot to do with the numerous challenges he's faced in his life. Section 2. Personal tragedies and challenges. Behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, beyond the action-packed blockbusters and critically acclaimed performances, lies a side of this actor that few truly know. Keanu's journey through personal tragedy began in the early 90s, just as his star was on the rise in Hollywood. On October 31, 1993, Keanu's close friend and co-star River Phoenix collapsed and passed away due to a substance overdose outside the Viper Room, a popular nightclub on the Sunset Strip. The two had become close friends while working on My Own Private Idaho, bonding over their shared experiences as young actors navigating the pitfalls of celebrity life. River's death hit Keanu hard. In interviews, he has spoken about the massive impact this loss had on him, describing it as a wake-up call that forced him to confront his own mortality, creating a sense of urgency to make the most of his time and talents. But the loss of River Phoenix was just the beginning. In 1999, Keanu and his girlfriend Jennifer Syme were excitedly anticipating the birth of their daughter. However, their joy turned to heartbreak when their child, Ava, was stillborn at 8 months. The loss of their daughter put an immense strain on Keanu and Jennifer's relationship, eventually leading to their separation. A few months later, on April 2, 2001, Jennifer Syme was killed in a car accident in Los Angeles. She was just 28 years old. The loss of both his child and the woman he loved in such a short span of time was devastating for Keanu, raising the question, how does one cope with such immense grief? For Keanu, the answer seemed to lie in throwing himself into his work and channeling his pain into his performances. In the wake of these struggles, Keanu's on-screen persona took on a new depth. The sadness that often seems to lurk behind his eyes in many of his performances from this period feels painfully real, because in many ways it was. Yet despite the weight of his personal tragedies, Keanu never let his grief overshadow his work. But life wasn't done challenging Keanu. In the midst of dealing with these personal losses, he received news that would shake his world once again. His younger sister, Kim, had been diagnosed with leukemia. Leukemia, a cancer of the body's blood-forming tissues, is a terrible disease that takes a toll on the patient's body as well as their mind. The treatment is often grueling, involving chemotherapy, radiation, and sometimes bone marrow transplants. Throughout Kim's decade-long battle with the disease, Keanu was by her side, providing both emotional and financial support. He reportedly spent $5 million on her treatments and care, even delaying the filming of the Matrix sequels to be with her during particularly critical moments. His incredible support played a crucial role in Kim's eventual recovery, with her leukemia going into remission in the early 2010s. In the wake of his sister's battle with leukemia, Keanu established a private foundation to support cancer research and children's hospitals. Unlike many celebrity charities, Keanu chose not to attach his name to the foundation. He has never publicly discussed the details of his charitable giving, preferring to let his actions speak louder than words. This foundation, which has reportedly been operating for over 5 years, has donated millions of dollars to children's hospitals and cancer research. The exact amount of Keanu's contributions remains unknown, as he has consistently refused to take credit for his philanthropy. Keanu's approach to philanthropy also extends beyond financial contributions. He has been known to visit children's hospitals, spending time with young patients and their families, often without any publicity. In addition to this, there are countless stories from film crew members and everyday people about Keanu's personal acts of kindness and generosity. From buying lunch for the entire crew on film sets to helping stranded motorists, Keanu's reputation for kindness seems to know no bounds. One particularly touching story involves Keanu's interaction with a homeless man in West Hollywood. Paparazzi caught Keanu sitting down on the sidewalk to share food and conversation with the man, an act that speaks volumes about Keanu's character. In a world where many celebrities use their philanthropy as a tool for self-promotion, Keanu's approach stands out as refreshingly genuine. It seems to stem from a deep-seated belief that doing good should be its own reward, not a means of garnering praise or attention. This commitment to privacy extends to all aspects of Keanu's personal life. Despite being one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood, he has managed to maintain a level of mystery that is rare in the age of social media and 24/7 celebrity news coverage. He doesn't have public social media accounts, rarely gives interviews about his personal life, and is rarely seen at high-profile Hollywood events. Yet, paradoxically, this very privacy has only served to increase public fascination with Keanu. His reluctance to play the celebrity game has made him something of an enigma, creating a sense that there's always something more to discover about him. Keanu's experiences with loss and illness, and his response to these challenges have undoubtedly shaped him as both an actor and a person. The depth of emotion he brings to his performances, the empathy he shows towards others, and his commitment to using his success to make a positive difference in the world all seem to stem from these personal experiences. In the end, it's this quality, this genuine, unaffected goodness, that may be Keanu Reeves' greatest role yet. Not a character he plays on screen, but the person he is off it. A man who has faced profound loss and challenge and emerged not bitter or broken, but kinder and more compassionate. It's a role that has made him not just a beloved actor, but a true inspiration. Section 3. Hollywood Blacklisting and Career Troubles. What happens when an A-list actor decides to follow his heart instead of chasing the next big paycheck? Keanu's journey through the ups and downs of his career offers a fascinating glimpse into the inner workings of the film industry and the power of staying true to one's artistic vision. The year was 1994, and Keanu Reeves was riding high on the success of Speed, an adrenaline-pumping action thriller that had catapulted him into the upper echelons of Hollywood stardom. The film, which paired Keanu with Sandra Bullock, was a runaway hit, grossing over $350 million worldwide and establishing Keanu as a bona fide action star. With this success came the inevitable discussion of a sequel, and here's where Keanu's story takes an unexpected turn. Fox, the studio behind Speed, was eager to capitalize on the film's success. They approached Keanu with an offer to reprise his role as Jack Traven in Speed 2: Cruise Control. The deal was lucrative, rumored to be around $11 million, a significant sum even by Hollywood standards. For many actors, this would have been a no-brainer. A chance to star in a big-budget sequel with a paycheck to match? It seemed like the logical next step in building a blockbuster career. But Keanu, in a move that would come to define his approach to his career, said no. His reasons for turning down Speed 2 were multiple. For one, he had concerns about the script, feeling that it didn't live up to the original. Additionally, Keanu had just finished a long and grueling tour with his band, Dogstar, and was looking forward to taking on a different kind of role, that of Hamlet, in a 700-seat theater in Winnipeg, Canada. This decision, while true to Keanu's artistic instincts, came with significant consequences. Fox was taken aback by Keanu's refusal, and as a result, effectively blacklisted him from their studio for more than a decade. In Hollywood, where relationships and studio politics can make or break careers, this was no small matter. It meant that Keanu was cut off from potential roles in any Fox productions for years to come. But how does an actor navigate a career when one of the major studios has closed its doors? For Keanu, the answer lay in diversifying his roles and seeking out projects that spoke to him on a personal level, regardless of their commercial potential. In the years following his Speed 2 decision, Keanu took on a variety of roles that showcased his range as an actor. He starred in the sci-fi thriller Johnny Mnemonic, the romantic drama A Walk in the Clouds, and the comedy Feeling Minnesota. While none of these films achieved the blockbuster status of Speed, they allowed Keanu to explore different genres and characters, further developing his craft as an actor. Then, in 1999, came a role that would define Keanu's career and cement his place in cinematic history, Neo in The Matrix. This groundbreaking sci-fi action film not only showcased Keanu's ability to carry a major franchise, but also demonstrated his knack for choosing innovative and thought-provoking projects. The success of The Matrix and its sequels proved that Keanu's instincts about which projects to pursue were often spot on, even if they sometimes put him at odds with studio expectations. But even as The Matrix trilogy catapulted Keanu back into the spotlight, he continued to seek out smaller, more challenging roles. One such film was The Watcher, a psychological thriller in which Keanu played against type as a serial killer. The film received mixed reviews, but Keanu's performance was praised for its intensity and unexpected darkness. Another example of Keanu's foray into independent cinema was Thumbsucker, a coming-of-age drama directed by Mike Mills. In this film, Keanu played a small but pivotal role as an orthodontist who becomes a mentor to the teenage protagonist. The film was a far cry from the big-budget action movies Keanu was known for, but it allowed him to showcase his versatility as an actor and work with up-and-coming filmmakers. This pattern of alternating between big-budget films and smaller, independent projects became a hallmark of Keanu's career. It allowed him to satisfy his artistic curiosity and take on challenging roles while still maintaining his status as a bankable star. But this approach wasn't without its risks. The mid-2000s saw Keanu's career hit something of a slump. Films like The Lake House and Street Kings, while not outright failures, failed to capture the public's imagination in the way his earlier works had. This period of relative underperformance led to speculation about whether Keanu's star was on the wane. But if there's one thing Keanu Reeves has demonstrated throughout his career, it's resilience. Just when it seemed like his days as a leading man might be behind him, he embarked on a new chapter that would once again redefine his place in Hollywood. In 2014, Keanu starred in John Wick, an action thriller that would go on to spawn a hugely successful franchise. The film, which showcased Keanu's physical prowess and his ability to convey complex emotions with minimal dialogue, was a critical and commercial success. It not only reinvigorated Keanu's career, but also established him as an action star for a new generation. The success of John Wick and its sequels served as a powerful reminder of Keanu's enduring appeal as an actor. But perhaps more importantly, it vindicated his approach to his career, his willingness to take risks, to say no to projects that didn't resonate with him, and to continually challenge himself as an actor. Throughout these career ups and downs, Keanu maintained the reputation for kindness and professionalism that has made him one of the most beloved figures in Hollywood. Countless stories from co-stars and crew members attest to his humility, his work ethic, and his genuine concern for others. This consistent good behavior, even in the face of career setbacks, has undoubtedly contributed to his longevity in an industry known for its fickleness. But in an industry often driven by box office numbers and opening weekend grosses, how has Keanu managed to maintain his artistic integrity while still achieving commercial success? Unlike many of his peers, Keanu has never seemed overly concerned with chasing fame or fortune. Instead, he appears to be driven by a genuine love for acting and a desire to be part of projects that interest and challenge him. This approach has led him to make choices that might seem risky or unconventional from a career standpoint, but which have ultimately contributed to his enduring appeal as an actor. Take, for example, his decision to star in the indie film A Scanner Darkly. This rotoscoped adaptation of Philip K. Dick's novel was a far cry from the big-budget action films Keanu was known for, but it allowed him to work with innovative filmmaker Richard Linklater and tackle complex themes of identity and reality. Keanu's career has been marked by an ability to reinvent himself and surprise audiences. From the goofy charm of Ted Theodore Logan to the intense focus of John Wick, From the messianic gravity of Neo to the vulnerability of his performances in smaller indie films, he has consistently demonstrated his range as an actor. This versatility, combined with his willingness to take risks and his genuine passion for his craft, has allowed him to weather the ups and downs of a Hollywood career spanning more than 3 decades. Section 4. Early career and rise to stardom. At the age of 15, Keanu took his first steps into the world of theater, auditioning for a school production of Romeo and Juliet. To everyone's surprise, including his own, he landed the role of Mercutio, Romeo's quick-witted and fiery friend. This wasn't just any school play, it was a turning point that would set Keanu on the path to stardom. Stepping onto the stage for the first time, Keanu felt a rush of energy he'd never experienced before. The lights, the audience, the palpable tension in the air, it all combined to help him realize this is what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. For a young man who had struggled with dyslexia and often felt out of place, the stage offered a sanctuary where he could express himself freely, awakening in him a passion that would drive him forward in the years to come. Encouraged by his success in Romeo and Juliet, Keanu threw himself into the world of acting, starting drama classes to develop his craft. His natural charisma, combined with his unique life experiences, gave him a depth that set him apart from his peers. But the road to success is rarely smooth, and Keanu's journey was no exception. His first break came in the form of a Canadian Broadcasting Corporation TV sitcom called Hangin' In. The show, which focused on a group of counselors at a youth drop-in center, offered Keanu a small but significant role. It wasn't glamorous. He played a tough street kid in just one episode, but it was a start. This brief appearance gave Keanu his first taste of professional acting. The experience of working on a real set, interacting with seasoned actors and crew members, was invaluable. It also provided him with something equally important: his first on-screen credit. Armed with this initial experience, Keanu began to pursue more opportunities. He appeared in commercials, took on small roles in TV movies, and continued to perform in local theater productions. Each role, no matter how small, was a chance to learn and grow as an actor. One of his early notable appearances was in a Coca-Cola commercial. In the ad, Keanu played a young cyclist preparing for a race. The commercial required him to display both physical prowess and emotional range, skills that would serve him well in his future action roles. While it might seem trivial, this 30-second spot was seen by millions, giving Keanu exposure he'd never had before. As Keanu's resume grew, so did his ambition. He began to set his sights on the world of film, dreaming of the day he'd see his name on the big screen. That dream would soon become a reality, though not in the way he might have expected. In 1986, at the age of 22, Keanu landed a role that would change the trajectory of his career. The film was River's Edge, a dark and gritty drama about a group of teenagers dealing with the aftermath of a murder. Keanu was cast as Matt, one of the main characters, in what would be his first significant film role. River's Edge was a far cry from the light-hearted sitcoms and commercials Keanu had worked on before. The film dealt with heavy themes: murder, apathy, and the loss of innocence. It required Keanu to dig deep, to portray a character grappling with moral ambiguity and existential dread. The experience of working on this film was transformative, bringing him into contact with talented actors like Crispin Glover and Dennis Hopper, and allowing him to learn from their expertise. The film received great critical acclaim, with many singling out Keanu for his nuanced portrayal of Matt. The film's success opened doors for him in Hollywood, proving that he was capable of handling complex, dramatic roles. But Keanu's versatility as an actor was about to be put to the test. His next major role would take him in a completely different direction, showcasing a side of him that would become beloved by audiences worldwide. In 1989, Keanu starred in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a science fiction comedy that would become a cultural phenomenon. Keanu played Ted Theodore Logan, a lovable but dim-witted teenager who travels through time with his best friend Bill. The role of Ted was a departure from the serious, introspective characters Keanu had played before. Many actors might have balked at such a dramatic shift, but Keanu embraced the challenge with enthusiasm, and the result was nothing short of magical. Keanu's portrayal of Ted was pitch perfect, capturing the character's wide-eyed innocence and infectious optimism. His chemistry with co-star Alex Winter, who played Bill, was instantaneous and genuine, creating an on-screen friendship that resonated with audiences. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was a massive hit, grossing over $40 million at the box office and spawning a franchise that would include sequels, animated series, and comic books. More importantly, it catapulted Keanu to a new level of fame. Suddenly, he wasn't just a promising young actor, he was a bona fide movie star. But perhaps the most significant milestone in Keanu's early career came in 1994 with the release of Speed. The high-concept action thriller in which Keanu played SWAT officer Jack Traven was a massive hit, grossing over $350 million worldwide. It solidified Keanu's status as a leading man and proved he could carry a major Hollywood blockbuster. Throughout these formative years of his career, Keanu demonstrated a remarkable ability to reinvent himself with each role. From the brooding teenager in River's Edge to the lovable goofball in Bill and Ted, from the conflicted hustler in My Own Private Idaho to the action hero in Speed, Keanu refused to be confined by genre or type. What drove this constant evolution? Perhaps it was Keanu's nomadic childhood, which taught him the value of adaptability. Or maybe it was his innate curiosity, his desire to explore different facets of the human experience through his characters. Whatever the reason, this willingness to take risks and push boundaries would become a hallmark of Keanu's career. In recent years, Keanu has shown no signs of slowing down. One of the most anticipated of these upcoming films is Outcome, a sci-fi thriller that reunites Keanu with his Replicas director Jeffrey Nachmanoff. The film casts Keanu as a product developer who becomes embroiled in a dangerous conspiracy when he discovers that his reality may not be what it seems. It's a role that seems tailor-made for Keanu, tapping into the same themes of reality versus illusion that made The Matrix such a cultural phenomenon. Another film generating significant buzz is Ballerina, a spin-off from the John Wick universe. This film, which stars Ana de Armas as a young assassin seeking revenge, will feature Keanu reprising his role as the legendary hitman himself. The John Wick series has been a cornerstone of Keanu's recent career renaissance, showcasing his physical prowess and his ability to convey complex emotions with minimal dialogue. Perhaps the most intriguing of Keanu's upcoming projects is The Arch Project, a film that has been shrouded in mystery since its announcement. Details about the plot and Keanu's role in the film are scarce, but industry insiders suggest that it could be one of the most ambitious and innovative projects of Keanu's career. The Arch Project is being developed by a team of cutting-edge filmmakers and technologists, promising to push the boundaries of what's possible in cinema. But Keanu's recent developments aren't limited to his professional life, considering there's also his relationship with artist Alexandra Grant. Keanu and Alexandra's relationship first came to public attention in November 2019, when they appeared together on the red carpet at the LACMA Art Plus Film Gala. The sight of Keanu, known for his intensely private nature, publicly holding hands with Alexandra, set the internet abuzz. The couple first met at a dinner party in 2009 and quickly formed a creative partnership. In 2011, they collaborated on Keanu's book, Ode to Happiness, for which Alexandra provided the illustrations. This was followed by their second book collaboration, Shadows, 5 years later. Together, they enjoy a shared passion for art and literature. But who is this mystery woman? And how did she capture the heart of Hollywood's most eligible bachelor? Alexandra Grant is an accomplished artist in her own right, known for her use of language and exchanges with writers as a source for imagery in her sculpture, painting, drawing, and video works. Her work examines language and written texts through painting, drawing, sculpture, video, and other media. She's not just Keanu's romantic partner, but also his longtime collaborator and friend. They founded the publishing company X Artists Books in 2017, a small press focusing on unusual collaborations and books that don't really have a place because they're between genres. One thing is certain, whether he's dodging bullets as Neo, seeking vengeance as John Wick, or exploring new creative territories with Alexandra Grant, Keanu Reeves continues to captivate our imagination and challenge our expectations. Thanks for watching. Click the next video on your screen for more.